have so many thoughts about something and you just can't seem to focus? Like, you got so many things that you have one specific thing that you may want to talk about, or so many things that you want to talk about around certain things, and your mind is just, it's like, where is it just like in your mind, just bouncing around and just all over the place? That's kind of how I'm feeling right now, to be honest. Um, Today, I want to talk about something and kind of focus on one specific topic that I been more self-reflecting and going through in myself about for a while. Over the last couple weeks, I've been kind of beating myself up over something that I just can't seem to grasp, and something I just can't in myself. I just seem like I just can't understand and get through, and it's something that makes me upset at myself because I'm not I'm no I'm like I know I'm capable of better, and I know I'm way better than that. So the topic and the thing I want to talk about today is my year and how my year's going so far. Today is July 14th. It is 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and throughout this year I told myself that I was going to stay focused and accomplish a lot of things. This was going to be the year that I get back into a lot of stuff, that I was going to, become, a Japanese addict. I was going to study Japanese all the time. I was going to finish a lot of my books, in my case that I have sitting next to me. Um, I was going to record a lot. I was going to stream a lot. I was going to take care of myself. I was going to work out, and I was going to do this and this and this, all the kind of goals that in the beginning of the year that everybody says, like, oh, I want to be better than this, and I want to do this, I want to do that, and all that kind of stuff. Trust me, these goals are not just, they weren't just like January goals. Like, they weren't just goals that I had beyond. um they weren't just goals like, oh, I just want to do it and I want to become a better person by the end of the year, and stupid stuff like that. I'm not saying anybody who has done that is very stupid. I'm just saying, like, I just feel like those type of things where you say in the beginning of the year or right before, January 1st, everybody has, I want to work out more, I want to eat better and do this and that. And by the end of the month, you're going back to the same habits that you used to and all that kind of stuff. Uh, and that kind of thing. But my personal goals have not been more so just January or February. They've been all year round. They've been goals that just I wanted to stick to, throughout the year. And I've kind of just been going back and forth with myself because I haven't been as consistent in my goals and in my learning and getting better, throughout the year. I told myself that throughout the year that you'll be as focused and you wanted, and so it's like you got no more distractions, you got no more reasons to say this and that. You got nothing holding you back pretty much. So why not go full force with it? And for a good part of the year, I was doing fine. I was working out consistently. I was looking up things in Japanese. I was studying that again. Um, I was, taking care of myself, my mental, my physical with the gym, and writing down thoughts and my goals in my journal that I have. Just taking care of myself, staying focused, staying on top of things, and, just attacking, every day with the intention of getting better. However, recently I've been self-reflecting on myself. I've been looking back on a lot of things that I've been doing and a lot of things that I've, you know, started to become a habit of mine on a daily basis. And a lot of those habits have pushed me away from staying focused on said goals. I haven't been working out as much. I haven't been writing in my journal as much. I haven't been studying Japanese as much. I haven't been reading as much. A lot of things about myself that I just haven't been doing. And I'm kind of just using this video as kind of like my outer journal, but I really do not like the way I've been like putting myself throughout the year. I don't like the way I've been throughout the year. Somebody who always kind of prides himself in being like the type of person that no matter what, if you got a goal and you got something on your mind and you want to accomplish something, push yourself and you go at it 100% and you don't stop until you finish it. You don't stop until you accomplish that goal. And I kind of always pride myself in being one of those kind of people that get very addicted to things. Like if I have a goal and, for example, I want to read 5 books in 2 months, if I set out for that goal, nothing is going to stop me from some finishing set goal. No matter what, I will not stop until I'm done. I will not stop until I I accomplish it. Um, and recently I been going back and forth with myself and kind of just thinking back on the days where I was as focused and I was goal driven. I was, you know, attacking every day, with the same way. And it's not like I don't want to accomplish these goals. Like I still want to, you know, go back in the gym. I still want to read. I still want to write. I still want to study. I still want to build myself. I still want to learn things and do this and do that. It's not that like I don't want to. However, I've recently kind of fell into this like way of not like being kind of lazy and not really doing things that I want to. It's kind of like this push and pull effect where the more I want to do something, the more I want to stay focused on it, the more I want to do certain things, the more I get kind of pushed away from it. And it's this weird thing that I have within myself that for some reason I just can't seem to stay on it. I can't seem to stay focused. I can't seem to just want to stay on the things that matter. Instead, I'll turn around and instead of waking up, going outside, getting some air, I'll pick up my phone and go on whatever I feel like watching, whatever video, scrolling and just doing a bunch of things that's like I don't want to do, I don't care to do. But for some reason, my first instinct a lot of days to wake up and just pick up my phone, and that habit has become a daily thing that I hate. And I don't like that. I don't like that feeling of that. When I think back on my year, I've had a lot of days, like, a lot of times, I guess you can call them phases, where I was staying in the gym, say, for example, for 3 weeks straight. I was staying in there, and the slow, like, transformation that I started seeing, not only in myself, but I started seeing in my mind of things that I want to accomplish and how like laser focused my mind became on certain things. Like I didn't want to do certain stuff. I didn't want to not be in the gym. I did not want to read. I did not want to, study things. I did not want to do a lot of stuff. And that consistent grind, that consistent focus of mine was just that, just a consistent grind. I attacked every day with the knowing and the intention of I want to get better. I want to become better. I don't want to like I don't want to stay this way. I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to. Like, me personally, I really hate the feeling of, you know, staying the same. I got a tattoo on my arm of Kaizen, and the main purpose, main reason why I got it is uh at a period of time in my life I hated that feeling of like I just was the same. Like nothing about me changed. Like I still talked the same. I still had the same thoughts about certain people. I, wasn't changing none of the new habits. I didn't learn anything different. I didn't really have nothing about myself of substance that that I've been doing over the past whatever that year, that 2 years. Um, and those kind of things that I to this day started to develop again. I started falling back into not doing certain things as much. I don't read as much. I don't, go and wake up with the intention of just attacking something. But like, I don't, I'm not myself and I hate it. Usually I never really thought about doing something like this. Like, I never really thought of recording my thoughts about something. Like, I never really thought about, you know, uh, recording and uploading, video and sharing my thoughts or my own experiences and stuff. However, I want my channel to be that at times. I want my channel to also be a place of like a journal kind of, you know. I don't want to just share anything just because like I know there's a barrier and only you can share so much, but I didn't want to just keep this to myself because I feel that it's so easy to fall into that way where when you don't not only acknowledge it, but when you don't put it out there and you don't want to get better, that's kind of the way that you start to become that not acknowledging way of I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. It's just an easy way of being able to say, well, I technically speaking, I know it's a problem of mine, but I'm gonna do this and that, and I'll get to it eventually. Um, Instead, I want to get back onto that, and I thought, what other way of holding myself accountable is just to put it out there and to share it, so I no longer can putting myself in a position of not just having no choice, not just having, like oh well, like you put it out there, so you kind of have to stick to it now. It's not like that, but it is a way of putting myself like I'm not sure like what the exact word I'm looking for, um, as far as that, but I will say that this way that I have been, I just don't like, and I kind of wanted to change that. I want to change those behaviors. I want to change that way of myself. I don't want to continue this. And I will also use this as my police marker. Use this video as a reminder to everybody that yes, at times you will, you know, get a little lazy. You will get a little comfortable. You will get, you will fall back on a lot of things. But that does not mean that that is who you are and that is how you should be moving forward. That does not mean that that has to be your day to day. Does not mean that those habits of yours, you can take on and that's how you're going to carry yourself for the rest of the year. I definitely can say in myself that I know better for myself. I know that I have the capabilities and the ability to become a lot better. I know in myself that these things are not who I am. And I know that I can go about this in a way better light. But it's up to me to kind of fix those and kind of change that about myself. And that's kind of like a consistent thing within myself. So without rambling on for too long or too much longer, um, I will become better. I want to use this as my kind of like talking point within, within myself and with you guys, and just kind of being open and transparent. Um, just kind of just handling something that I haven't been on for a long time. Um, I want to use this as just a video of self reflection, a video of self awareness. And if anybody out there who also has the same thoughts or the same way, who, if you haven't had the greatest week, greatest month, or, the greatest year, that that does not mean that you are going to stay in that forever. You can very easily pick yourself up. But the sooner you stay down, the longer it will take for you to reach wherever you're trying to get to. I don't want that for myself. And if you also don't want that for yourself, start today. Get back to it today. Do not wait until tomorrow. Do not wait until next week. Do not wait until next month. Start today. You will not accomplish any goal by pushing it off, because the more you push it off, the further away it will get to you. The further away it will be to reach. And if that's not something that you want, time to get to it. That's really all I have to say. I appreciate you guys for listening, and I appreciate you guys for interacting with me. And yeah, that's really about it. See you guys.